Oh, I had to sneeze again. Okay, hold on. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Big City B. I'm B for those of you who are just joining for the first time. Today's book review is going to be The Invincible Summer of Juniper Jones by Daven McQueen. The genre for this one is historical fiction, and look down below in the description to find any trigger warnings. Alrighty, here's your summary. It's the summer of 1955. For Ethan Harper, a biracial kid mostly raised by his white father, race has always been a distant conversation. When he's sent to spend the summer with his aunt and uncle in a small town in Alabama, his blackness is suddenly front and center, and no one is shy about making it known that he's not welcome there. Except Juniper Jones. For your main characters, you have Ethan Charlie Harper and Juniper Jones. For track 2 characters, you have Aunt Kara, Uncle Robert, Noah, and Alex. For track 3 characters, you have Gus, Ethan's mother, and Ethan's father. Alrighty, let's jump right into what I liked about this book. The first thing that I liked about this book was just the overwhelming sense of summer nostalgia. It just put me back in the headspace of summers as a child growing up and going on adventures and trying to make that summer, whichever summer it was, the best summer ever. The second thing that I liked about this book was the relationship between characters and also the relationship that we develop with characters. I've found recently that sometimes it's not the easiest to develop bonds with the characters that you're reading about, and I think Daven did a really nice job in this book where I was completely on board with Ethan and Juniper for the whole story, and I disliked the characters that I was supposed to dislike, and it was easy for me to connect with them. The third thing that I liked about this book was Juniper. Juniper is such a great character and is so optimistic and naive and free-spirited and quirky and lovely, and I just loved her, and my heart just went out to Juniper for the whole story, and she was such an ally, and I just loved it. The fourth thing that I liked about this book was the realistic and heartbreaking portrayal of racism in the 1950s. And I know that's a weird thing to like about a book, but I felt that Daven did it in such a way where it was poignant and true and didn't skimp on any corners, but was also tastefully done, which sounds weird, but thinking of this as like also a YA book, I think there's only so far you could go within a book, but I'm glad that she didn't pull back from showing some of the darker instances of racism during the 1950s. The fifth and final thing that I liked about this book was I was bawling the last 20% of the book. There was only like a couple pages where I was like, yeah, I hate you, and I don't feel bad for you at all. But then the rest of it, I was just so upset because I had created such strong bonds with Juniper and Ethan, and just the things that they had to go through. It makes my heart hurt, and I like that. I like when a book can hit me right there in the feels. So that is the last thing I liked about this book. Moving on to things that I didn't like about this book, I only really have one criticism, and that thing is that just unfortunately this is a realistic depiction of the 1950s. It's, especially with everything that's going on now, it's really disheartening and frustrating that people can segregate and split themselves apart and think that they're better than someone else just because they look different. So basically the thing that I didn't like about this book has nothing to do with the book, just the historical realism that was in there, that I just didn't like the real world, and it makes me wary of all of this coming around again, and I'm hoping that that's not the case and that we can rise above seeing each other as different or othering people who are different than us. Okay, so quotes for this book. I have a lot of them, and a lot of them are said by Juniper because I just loved everything that she said, and I just would have taken all of her dialogue and put it down in my quote section. But I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 quotes, so hold on to your horses, because they're coming at ya. Quote number 1, please. Leave the real work to the girls who can handle it. Great, Juniper is a feminist. I love it. Quote number 2, there's nothing like an adventure to take your mind off all the bad stuff. I like it a lot. I think replacing the bad stuff with a new adventure and a new journey that will bring you joy is good. Quote number 3, they're misunderstood, but still beautiful. I don't remember what this quote was about exactly, but I just love the sentiment that everything kind of has their own beauty to it, even if it's seen as ugly or different, and that it's like that saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like that, this quote makes me think of that quote. Quote number 4, so much sunshine here in the summer, but God knows this town could use a little light. I like this one because while it could be happy days and perfect weather, that doesn't necessarily mean that people are enlightened or caring towards other people or just good in general. Quote number 5, there can be hope even when it hurts. And I'm holding on to this quote dearly during our current circumstances, and I have hope that things will change, even though it hurts so much to see the current events that the Black Lives Matter movement is going through, and just any minority in general is just, it's really disheartening, but even in that, I can have hope that things will change. Quote number 6, you shouldn't regret letting people into your life who changed it for the better, even if they didn't stay. So this one is not said by Juniper. Oh, I'm gonna like start crying now just thinking about this quote. But it's so good, and we need to be thankful for the people who helped us make our lives better, even if they're not currently around. Thank you, Daven, for all of your beautiful dialogue that you gave your characters. It's all really lovely. So for my final takeaway, would I recommend this book? Yes, 100% yes. Usually when I have more things I like about the book than didn't like about the book, I'm gonna recommend the book. But this one is a yes. I definitely think it's a great summertime read. I also think this is a great read given our current climate and situation, and I think it's good for all ages, not only adults, but also it's a great YA book. I just think it could help bring up a lot of questions in families or friend groups or anyone who's reading this book and get the discussion rolling. This book is also a great reminder to be kind to everyone and to stand up when you see something wrong. Be like Juniper. Stand up and say something. Don't just be a bystander who watches the bad thing happen and think that you're gonna be okay with it, because you'll have guilt about it. So might as well just not have any regrets and stand up when you see something. So I would 100% recommend this book, and I hope you guys will check it out. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure you're subscribed for next week's video. Alrighty, that's all I have for you guys. All the best always. Bye!